Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, you already saw the video's title. We're doing side hustles that you can do during nursing school. So everybody knows nursing school is hard, but there are some things that you can do on the side that might not, totally, consume your life and take away from all the time you need to be studying. So this is going to be a list of little side hustles you can do during nursing school. So number one is papers. So you can help people write papers. You can like proofread. You can do whatever you want, because there's a lot of work that goes into being in college in general, and a lot of people are overwhelmed and have other things to focus on. And like a lot of people also have are not fluent in English. Maybe English is not their first language and they just have difficulty getting their grammar together. And you can charge your fellow students for proofreading their papers, and that's a good little side hustle because you can choose how many papers you take on at one time. And you can if you're having a difficult semester yourself, you can just say, you know what, no, I'm not taking any more customers, and that's that. You can also proofread people's resumes or like redo their resumes and use like templates online to make their resumes look a little better, and you can charge for that too. So though, if you're good at writing, I would say that's a good side hustle for you. Number two, you can tutor. So this semester, like as you guys might have heard in my last video, there was a med math assessment that you have to get 100 for in my school now. So every time you take clinicals, you have to take this med math exam and you have to get 100 on it. So if you're not good at math, that's going to be really make you nervous, because getting 100 on anything is not easy. But you have to get 100 on this med math exam if you want to take clinicals. So another side hustle that you can do during nursing school is tutoring. So you can literally just tutor your friends. If you're good at any subject, you just tutor your friends and your classmates and acquaintances and whoever needs tutoring. Even if it's not someone in your school, if you're good with that subject, then just tutor that person. And that's also something really flexible you can do during nursing school, because you can choose when you want to tutor that person. You can choose how many people you want to tutor at one time. Like, it's really flexible, so you can manage your time and make sure you're still getting the grades that you need to be getting, while still making a little money on the side. Number three is at-home services. So I know a lot of people who do nails, hair, eyelashes, like any of those kinds of things. If you're good at doing hair, nails, or eyelashes, or anything at home when it comes to like beauty, or if you live on campus, it's even better for you, because a lot of people are not from the area that they live on campus at, so they don't have anybody to go to do their hair, or maybe they just don't want to leave campus. You can do stuff like that in your dorm and charge people for it. Especially with hair, you can make a lot of money doing hair, especially when you start getting into wigs and like weave. If you want to sell wigs, if you want to literally color wigs, like a lot of people would pay money for that. So that's another side hustle you can do, because again, it's flexible and you can choose how many you want to do, and you can just stop if it's finals week and you really have no time, you just want to study. You can just not take on any clients. And that's number three. Number four is if you know how to cook, especially if you live on dorms. If you know how to cook, a lot of people sometimes just miss like a good home cooked meal. Like if you live on campus and you haven't had your mom's food in a while, like, and you don't know how to make that, like you would be willing to sometimes spend a little extra on food. So you can sell plates. You can literally make a bunch of get like a bunch of huge containers and just like put whatever kind of food you want. If you're from Trinidad, you could put some pilau. If you're from Jamaica, you could put some jerk chicken. If you're Haitian, you could put some black rice. Like whatever you know how to make, like just make it, and you can sell that on your campus as food. Sometimes people get tired of eating the same thing over and over on their campus. So if you know how to cook, you can literally sell food. That would be a good little side hustle you can do during nursing school. Number five is dog walking. I've personally never actually done dog walking, but dog walking actually is pretty good. Oh, I forgot to mention the prices. So for number one, for the papers, I would say like that really depends on how long it is, but I would say for papers, you should be charging like $10 a paper. I mean, $10 a page. So like if it's a 10-page paper, I would say like if you have to read through a 10-page paper or help somebody write a whole 10-page paper, I would say like at least $100 or more. Like you should gauge it on how long it takes you. I try to like gauge it on how long it takes and then just do like $20 an hour, $20 an hour basically. So you can either do it by page or by hour. For the tutoring, I would say like $20 an hour is fair, especially if it's a difficult subject. You can again gauge it on how difficult the subject is and how long it's going to take you to really get that person to understand the topic and how many sessions you're going to have to do. For 3 nails, hair, and lashes, like that really depends. You guys would, if you do nails, hair, and lashes, you know how much you're supposed to be charging. Number 4, for the meal prep, I never really did meal prep, but I would say like you should write down how much money you're spending on the food, and just like see how much you think it's worth. Like I wouldn't do like, you know, $20 for one little container. That's obviously nobody's gonna want that. I would say like 10 would be fair for a container. But again, like if you're doing something like oxtail is bad expensive. You would have to put a little bit more because the actual meat is expensive. But if it's like chicken is cheap. I would do $10. Okay, next. So babysitting is a good one because you can do if you get off in time, like with your classes, you can do an after school job. If you don't, then you can find like a night job where you do you can just take care of kids while their parents go out on a date night or anything like that. And that's a good side hustle because you can make like $20 an hour. I know I don't charge less than $20 an hour. There's only one family I charge less than $20 an hour, and that's because I know them for so long. I think they actually nope, still $20 an hour. Yeah, $20 an hour is the least I charge for babysitting. And then also there's baby night nurse jobs that you can do if you are a mom like me and you just have experience with newborns in general. You can do a night nurse job where you take care of a newborn while the parents sleep, and that's a pretty good job because it's like $20 an hour, and it's usually it's usually short term, so you don't usually do very long. But a lot of the times, like when the baby starts sleeping through the night, you're pretty much let go because they don't need you anymore because it's overnight. I work from 9 p.m. to like 7 a.m. when I do baby night nurse jobs. So 9 to 7 is my go-to. But when I first started doing these kinds of jobs, I used to work from 12. I used to work from like 8 to 8. Or like 7 to 7. It used to be 12 hours, but then I stopped. I didn't really want to do 12 hours. 12 hours is really not a lot. Like sometimes I still do it, but not on an everyday basis. It's exhausting when you do it on an everyday basis. Like when you get to like that 3rd day, you just start, like your body starts deteriorating. Like it's really bad. But yeah, that's a good side hustle you can do during nursing school because overnight while the baby is sleeping, you could be studying, or and you can do it on days where you don't have class, obviously. And also it's at night, so if you have classes in the daytime, it's even better. Number 7 is work study. So I got approved for work study, but I didn't do it because I didn't really want to do work study when they told me how much money work study was gonna get paid. I think in my school it was like, I think they said like $13 an hour or something like that, and I was just like, I can make more than that outside of school, so I'm not gonna do it. But my friend told me that you can actually negotiate with them, and she negotiated up to $20 an hour. So she got her work study job for more. So if you are willing to find a work study job and negotiate, I would say work study can be a good side hustle because they do work with your schedule. Like obviously they know that you're in school and that you have class at certain times, so they're not gonna tell you, oh, don't study and don't go to class. Like it's really gonna be flexible. So I would say that's a good side hustle. And yeah, number 8 is flipping stuff. So this is something more geared, because I think like the babysitting and like a lot of the ones I've previously mentioned are more geared towards females. So this one is actually for males and females. You can flip stuff if you have the money to buy it in the first place. But basically, like, you know, when sneakers come out and you know it's going to be like a really popular sneaker, you can buy that sneaker and leave it in the box, don't touch it, and then sell it back for more than you bought it for and make money like that. You can also do that for concerts. If you know that a concert is about, like, concert tickets are about to open up for a concert that literally everybody's gonna want to go to, then I would say, like, just buy the tickets and then just wait for it to sell out and then sell it for more than you paid it for. So you can do that with literally anything that you know the demand is going to be really high for. So you can do it with sneakers, you can do it with concerts, you can do it for, you know, you can do it for, I know a lot of people on YouTube are I think it's called eBay resellers, or like Amazon resellers. Like, they do that for a living. Literally, they go into stores and they just buy stuff that are on sale and they just resell it for more than they paid for it. And literally, some people have retired from their jobs doing this. So it's a really good side hustle if you're good at you know, gauging what the demand is going to be for a product. Number 9 is to throw parties. So if you have like a spot, if you live on your own and you have an apartment, I would say throw parties, especially if you're in that age where you like parties anyway. I would say throw parties and just charge an entry. So I would say throw parties, because you can just charge, like, you know, even if you charge like, you know, $10 as an entry fee, that's nothing. If everyone paid $10, you can have enough to like cook the food and like have drinks, and or even if you don't cook food, if you just have snacks and drinks and music, and you know, like, you can make money on throwing parties. And number 10 is being a brand ambassador. So I haven't done this one personally either, but again, I have a friend who is a brand ambassador, and you don't have to do much. You just have to post whenever whatever the contract says you have to post. Like, she's a brand ambassador for Kaplan, so I'm guessing she just has to post every now and again about Kaplan or whatever. And that's pretty much worth it, because it's not something that's super time consuming, but it's something that you get a little side money for. So yeah, that is the 10 things, the 10 side hustles that you can do during nursing school. Comment down below if you think that I missed any, or comment down below if you've done any of them and you have anything to add. So yeah, that is the 10 side hustles. I will see you guys in my next video. Let me go get my son because he's crying outside the door because I locked him out. Okay, bye.